When you look up the top pandemics in history, you will be reminded that humans and viruses have been at war for a long time. In this video, we're going to take a look at the top 5 worst pandemics that took place in the 20th and 21st century. Before we start, if you do enjoy my content, please leave a like and subscribe. Coming in at number 5. Scientists identified Marburg virus in 1967 when a small outbreak occurred among lab workers in Germany who were exposed to infected monkeys imported from Uganda. Marburg virus is similar to Ebola in both can cause hemorrhagic fever, meaning the infected people develop fevers and bleeding through the body that can lead to shock, organ failure, and death. The mortality rate in the first outbreak was 25%, but it was more than 80% in the 1998-2000 outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, as well as in 2005 outbreak in Angola, according to the World Health Organization. Coming in at number 4. The first known Ebola outbreaks in humans struck simultaneously in the Republic of the Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo in 1976. Ebola is spread through the contact with blood or other bodily fluids or tissue from infected people or animals. The known strains vary dramatically in deadliness. L. Mühlberger, an Ebola virus expert and associate professor of microbiology at Boston University, told Live Science, one strain Ebola arrestin doesn't even make people sick. But for the Bundibugia strain, the fatality rate is up to 50%, and it's up to 71% for the Sudan strain, according to the WHO. Coming in at number 3. The virus that causes severe acute respiratory syndrome, or SARS, first appeared in 2002 in the Guangdong province of southern China, according to the WHO. The virus likely emerged in bats initially, then hopped into nocturnal mammals called civets, before finally infecting humans. After triggering the outbreak in China, SARS spread around 26 countries around the world, infecting more than 8,000 and killing more than 770 over the course of 2 years. The disease causes fever, chills, and body aches, and often progresses into pneumonia, a severe condition in which the lungs become inflamed and filled with pus. SARS has an estimated mortality rate of 9.6%, and as of yet, has no approved treatment or vaccine. However, no new cases of SARS have been reported since the early 2000s, according to the CDC. Coming in at number 2. The reason why I'm putting the Spanish flu at number 2, even though the death toll was in the millions and the infected was about 1/3 of the world's population, because right now, the world is currently being stricken by virus number 1, and we don't know what the final death and infected total is going to be. The 1918 influenza pandemic was the most severe pandemic in recent history. It was caused by an H1N1 virus with genes of avian origin. Although there is not universal consensus regarding where the virus originated, it spread worldwide during 1918 to 1919, killing more people than the Great War, known today as World War I. It is estimated that about 500 million people, or 1/3 of the world's population, became infected with this virus. The number of deaths was estimated to be at least 50 million worldwide, with about 675,000 occurring in the United States. The first wave of the 1918 pandemic occurred in the spring and was generally mild. The sick experienced such typical flu symptoms as chills, fever, and fatigue, usually recovering after several days, and the number of reported deaths were low. However, a second highly contagious wave of influenza appeared with vengeance in the fall of that same year. Victims died within hours or days of developing the symptoms, their skin turning blue and their lungs filling with fluid that caused them to suffocate. Coming in at number 1. What is the coronavirus? The coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that cause illness ranging from the common cold to more severe diseases such as the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, MERS, and Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, SARS. The coronavirus disease COVID-19 is a new strain that was discovered in 2019 and has not been previously identified in humans. The common signs of infection include respiratory symptoms, fever, cough, shortness of breath, and breathing difficulties. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia, severe acute respiratory syndrome, kidney failure, and even death. If you are still here listening to my video, please pay extra attention to the information you are about to receive. The standard recommendations to prevent infection spread include regular hand washing, covering mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, thoroughly cooking meat and eggs, avoid close contact with anyone showing symptoms of respiratory illness such as coughing and sneezing. If you did enjoy my video, please leave a like and subscribe, and most importantly, stay safe.